What's up, guys? It's Carlos Cortez here with another episode of Scriptures and Wall Street. I am your host, Carlos Cortez. And more importantly, everything on this podcast is meant for information and education purposes only. I am a financial advisor. Everything is not investment advice, but education information purposes only. If you would like financial advice, give us a call. We've been around for a while. 813-448-3446. Or you can visit us at CortezWM.com. If you would like a free guide, go to AmericaFirstRetirementPlan.com. I'm just getting over the nasty COVID. Literally, my whole house has been tainted with it. It is just nothing but a flu, a cold, a head cold, annoying head cold. And thank you for bearing me for the past 2 weeks. I'm still trying to get better and get rid of this bioweapon, this genetically enhanced, altering biochemical warfare that we get infected with. But more importantly, are you infected with the financial inoculation? The financial inoculation includes being track, trace, and control through the FDIC. The financial inoculation includes being subject to the new payment system of the welfare program, also called Social Security. Being financially inoculated also means that you have all your living assets in an IRA and a 401k. And you haven't thought for one daggone second, how am I going to pay taxes on this? How long is that money going to last me? And what am I going to do? Guys, this is called the financial inoculation. It is basically taking the jab, the vaccine, financially. Then all we have to do is go to the bro investors. The bro investor sites, the Yahoo, the Barron's, the CNN Money, all these people that know what they're talking about because they're talking heads, they're licensed, they've been around with JP Morgan for 20, 30 years. They have soup alphabets behind their names, all this stuff. But they don't know how to freaking trade a chart. They don't know how to buy a call option. But yet they're giving you financial advice. Guys, it's time to make a stand right now. Like, do I want to continue working with these idiots on Wall Street that are promoting this garbage? Or do I want to find somebody that I align myself with, that when I die, I know I'm going to hear those words, well done, my faithful servant, my well done, my good, faithful servant. Because you are responsible. You are responsible for your situation right now. You are responsible for what you are funding. God will never, ever question how much money you've made. He'll only question the character that it took to make that money. A lot of times, guys, most of you are great people that call us. I admire the heck out of you, and you're my type of people. But man, I don't know what it is. You keep on continue going with the traditional route. Maybe it's because how people view you. Maybe because you find comfort in big names. Maybe you find comfort in knowing that when I go to the Sunday barbecue after church, we're going to talk about investments. Oh, you met this Spanish kid online? What? Oh, man, he's a scam artist. Have you seen the Bitcoin scandal he did 4 years ago? Man, don't even talk to that knucklehead. I've heard it all day long. And it's like ad nauseum. What I'm saying is you have to stop funding this ESG. You have to start literally controlling your situation. O.J. Simpson, I talk about him because I have like this weird respect for him. Obviously, he was a great athlete. But, he got locked up. He was a criminal. But the Joker was smart, man. He was smart. And you know what I loved about OJ? is he even found smarter people than him to help him. The guy was a straight gangster, man, like literally. And just a smart guy, a criminal, we understand. But you know the Joker did? When he got locked up the second time for stealing his own memorabilia, I don't know where he was at, but he had his accounts in Florida. He had a Floridian financial advisor, and he was a green money specialist. The Joker had a bunch of insurance contracts. He had money outside of the stock market. Not only did he kill his wife and get away with it, and I'm not condoning or condemning that or whatever, you do what you want to do, but I don't condone O.J. Simpson killing his wife and getting away with it. Like I don't agree with that. He got away with murder. He saved his time. He served his time for whatever that was. He gets out, and they tried to sue him. They tried to get after him. They tried to track, trace, and control him. It was at his own free will. He decided to commit another crime, stealing his own sports memorabilia. And so with that being said, he was locked up for a while. And the Joker had all this passive income coming in because he had green money solutions. He had insurance contracts. He had money outside of the CBDC. He had money outside of the stock market. He knew the white collar system wasn't going to feed his lifestyle, whatever that lifestyle was. But he knew he needed protection for what he was capable of doing. And one thing that we can learn from this freak of an athlete, but also freaking ahead, is that he was proactive. He was really proactive. And that's all I'm asking you today. Be proactive. You got a 401k, IRA, be proactive. You're going to get taxed to hell and back, my friend. Like, tell me how long that money's going to last you. Tell me how much taxes you're going to pay, and tell me, what are you going to do with those funds to help pay down those taxes? That's a real problem. And as this NASDAQ continues to rise, it's almost, check this out, bro. Whew. Here's why the stock market will always go up. Here's why America will always be the financial strongest company. It's not because of NVIDIA. It's not because of the NASDAQ. It is not because we are the best in technology. It is because they figured out a system, how to manipulate it so much that the whole thing, literally from when you come out of your mom's womb, you're taught pre-programmed stuff to get your immunizations, to go to school, to read the books, to read the children books, to get program like a Project Paperclip, to love and adore Disney and Mickey Mouse and all those fun things. When the Precious Moments Bibles that I grew up with, that you and I grew up with, are now in cultic churches like the Latter-day Saints churches, like the disgusting Mormon church that continues to be exposed. Now they have their own version of cartoons to teach that garbage, that false doctrine to their children. I'm sorry, Jesus is not Satan's brother. I will not wear that freaking underwear in Florida heat. And it's disgusting. Jesus doesn't need a secret handshake. And there is holies of holies. You have to access it, not through a temple, but in your heart. Anyways, I don't want to talk about the Mormons right now. What I want to talk about is your money. The fact that you're parking in the wrong parking spot. If you have a 401k and IRA, you are going to get schlopped. I'm telling you. You don't know when the taxes are going to hit you right dead between the eyes. More importantly, when you take the welfare program called Social Security, they're going to limit you how much you can pull from all that hard-earned money that you thought you had. And so we're programmed, as soon as we're born, we want to get immunizations. We want to go to school. We want to read these books. We want to watch Disney and Sesame Street and all these things that are promoting the nasty gay agenda. God forbid we talk about conservative or Christian nationalism or our faith as children. or in a family. God forbid I have the same woman for 20 years that I have 4 kids with. God forbid that. God forbid that I actually cook dinner for my family when my wife can't, because I enjoy it. God forbid I take my kids to school and pick them up and be present, parent, teacher, student meetings. God forbid I be a dad. I get laughed at. I get laughed at with the John Oliver show. I get laughed at on Reddit for being a conservative, for bringing those values to my beer league hockey team, my recreational team, where it's just a bunch of guys that love the sport, that want to skate, that want to work out, but yet now it's a national comedy. Laugh all you want. I'm a man of faith, man. And yes, I am Hispanic. Yes, I was born here in America. My dad fought for our country. And I was born in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I'm damn proud about it. So all you white liberals that want to say they want to call ICE, go ahead. See if they can ice skate too. I welcome them. They probably will give me a hug. They probably ask for an autograph, whatever it is. I could care less about your opinions. So yeah, if you want to support my hockey team, great. We are conservatives. We all have different walks of life. And I love it. People are literally crying and say they want to cause brain damage to us because we're a conservative hockey team. They say politics don't belong in sports. Politics is not fun. Politics doesn't belong in this place. This is a safe environment. Let me tell you about a safe environment. I don't want these gay guys, these pedos, going into my locker room and looking at us weird. Like, what are you talking about? You guys have sensitivity to that community. I don't want nothing to do with that in my locker room. I'm sorry. A lot of you guys don't even have masculinity. Your masculinity is out of the window. Your wife is your masculinity. Or you think it's a wife. Yeah. I don't know a lot of masculine Democrats. I'm sorry. I just don't. Maybe I haven't been exposed. I don't know. But not here in the South. That's for daggone sure. Maybe in California. Maybe the military guys in California. But I beg to differ, and I digress. However, that's just me being stereotypical. You know. Oh, Carlos, you're a spick Jew. You're a white nationalist. I love all these comments. It's hilarious. I don't know how I could be a Jew when I'm a straight beaner. I eat rice and beans. My mom was born in Puerto Rico and lived in Bronx, New York. And my dad was stationed in Fort Bragg. Oh man, these trolls, you should see the stuff they say. It's funny. Go ahead and comment. It's on Reddit. Just type in conservatives hockey. It's hilarious what they say. They come up with everything. Literally, this is what they do. So because of that, I'm starting a YouTube, an Instagram, an X, and a merchandise store. All that's going to be rolled out this week. Conservativeshockey.com. Check it out. It's my hockey team. Go buy you a hoodie. Enjoy it. Support us. And guess what? I'm putting Scriptures and Wallstreet logo on the back of it. You can change your name to whatever you want. Pick whatever number you want. And you can support our show. I'll probably make a few bucks. I mean, these guys, they make so much money off of me. I don't even know how much the margins are. I'll probably have enough to buy a cup of coffee. So nothing that's going to make me a millionaire or anything. But definitely go to conservativeshockey.com, support us, buy a hoodie, and I would appreciate it. And shoot, email me a picture. I would love that. That would make me smile. And yeah, that's what we need. We need people to support what you believe in. There's nothing wrong with being a person of faith, a person that stands for masculinity, a person that responds to the cross and believes in the cross and promotes it. Because we know at the end, every tongue will confess, every knee shall bow. Might as well go ahead and get started so you don't look stoops. I mean, that's what it is right now. Speaking of looking stupid, you're going to feel really, really stupid if you didn't do anything with your 401k and IRA. Because here's the deal. It doesn't matter if you're Trump or Biden or whoever, or you believe the Jews are taking over, whatever you believe. The fact of the matter is right now, the system is so rigged that you are going to pay a lot in taxes. You don't even know it. So I created this website called CortezTaxBill.com. Go over there right now. Type in how much you have in your IRA. I'm not going to send this information to anybody, but at least you have the information to know how much taxes you'll be paying over the lifetime. And what if you just made 5% in the stock market? What if the government said, we have $34 trillion in traditional 401k and IRA money. Let's do something pretty cool. That's our safety net, Mr. Sam, Mr. Government, Mr. Congress Room, Mr. Fed Chair. This is our safety net. We got $34 trillion of American dollars that never been taxed. And if we all are in Vanguard funds or BlackRock funds in a 60-40 moderate blend, half the countries in a moderate, because they're about 40 to 50 years of age, they can take risks. Let's keep on promoting the NASDAQ. Let's keep on promoting AI. Let's pop up the stock market, because their $200,000 401k is now going to be worth $800,000 when they retire. And now, instead of having 33 trillion, we have 66 trillion, maybe 100 trillion. Now, us, the government, we have the ability to tax on this 100,000 because we kept the stock market growing. At 873, they're mandated to take 4.1%. Let's go ahead and increase it to 5.5% at 873. Oh, and if anyone decides to take money out before 59.5, we're going to hit them up with a 20% penalty outside of state and salt taxes. There's no way the government would think that, right? But that's exactly what is happening. That's exactly what is happening right now. Look how many people are matching their 401k and IRAs, and look at the stock market going up. We're so worried about interest rates. We're so worried about Jerome Powell, if he's going to hire someone else. We're so worried about the freaking Jews taking over. We're so worried about all these distractions. We're forgetting what's right in front of us. And that's death and taxes and judgment day. So you better get your heart right, man. I don't care if you're Muslim, Hindu, atheist, or Mormon. You need to ask Jesus Christ in your heart so that you can be wealthy spiritually and financially and physically. That's the only way to live this life, man. You have this much time versus eternity. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you literally trying to build your life on your own? Design your life by your own? A life that was never yours in the first place. He's not asking you to change. He's not asking you to quit your job. He's just asking for a relationship, and that you supernaturally change because you love him. And all you have to do is sit down, answer these questions, these 3 questions. God, what do you want me to know? Why was I created? What is my purpose? And after you sit down and ask those 3 questions, ask them in your heart. Jesus, I need you in my heart. I am a sinner. I cannot live this life without you. I want to be in heaven with you. Forgive me, for I have sinned. And that's it. And ask the Holy Spirit to manifest his presence in your heart right now. And I promise you, you close your eyes, he will give you visions. He will give you dreams. He will change your life. He will give you financial knowledge. He will give you wealth of knowledge. And knowledge is just knowledge. He will give you wisdom. Applied knowledge is wisdom. We want wisdom. We don't want knowledge. Knowledge is for losers. Knowledge is for lazy people that think they want to act smart. You know, there's a lie out there that you've been taught and programmed. They said that money doesn't grow on trees. That's a freaking lie. It's your job to find those trees because they exist. And guess who gives you that knowledge? That's right. In Proverbs, he talks about him giving us knowledge. And although the tree isn't actual tree, it is legs of businesses. It's multiple streams of income. I'm going to be talking about how to make money in this market, not just trading, but off stock market items. We're talking about kiosks. We're talking about passive information. We're talking about programs that you can plug into and literally start building wealth. So we are going to focus on wealth building because many people, especially our younger generation, they're literally bagging groceries, trying to get ahead, waitering, and cutting grass when they need to start thinking harder and better and more like a millionaire, more like a business builder. You know, my son was playing, I think it was Roblox with his buddy. And I heard him talking. He said, "Hey, Nathaniel, no offense, dude, but I never see your dad working." And I work from home in my studio. I work from home. And his dad is a hard worker. He's our landscaper. And Nathaniel looked at me. He goes, "Dad, he's just a kid. He's just a kid." Because the old me would have been upset. Like, how disrespectful is that? Nah, that's not me. I'm like, cool. I'm glad he thinks that I don't work because he's not in my house every day, seeing what I do every day on the phones, and I don't cut grass. So it is the plants that you sow. It is the trees that you sow, the seeds that you sow that will start an income one day so that you can be in a car with your kid driving 1 hour to and from so he can go to school, to the best freaking school that money could possibly buy. That is my intent. That is the life I want to live, is giving my kids the best possible setup, better than I did, than my parents did. And I had a gangster dad. My father was a G. My father was a man of God. Maybe not the wealthiest man, but straight up was a billionaire in love and still is. And I'm grateful if I could even be a half of the man my father is. And that's the problem, guys, is that these people, I would say, these people don't have fathers, man. And that's why my heart goes out to the men. Just don't get distracted. Don't get distracted by the fame, the fortune, or the females. Your children are hurting. Your children want the best version of you. The children will go in a boxing ring for you. But you can't even last one round because you're spiritually and physically out of shape. Because you sought comfort. We have to be better men. We have to be much better men. Because you change one kid, one man, you would change 10,000 people in their bloodline, in their generation. This is why I'm so adamant about seeking God's face, becoming a man, becoming a provider. It is serious, guys. This is why I'm so passionate about what I do and everything that I do. It is time right now before we hit 2026, before we hit Christmas, it is time. I don't care if you give me a call and help me with your portfolio. Like, I already have millions of dollars under management. I'm okay. You don't even have to do anything with us. I'm selective on who I work with. But what I am passionate about is helping as many people that are seeking help financially. If you're a man, if you need coaching, I'm more than happy to dive deep into you and roll my sleeves up with you. If you need to learn how to make income, I'm going to be talking about ways that you can make income passively. For the single moms out there, listen up, Buttercup. There's some things that you need to know. There's some things out there that you need to know before you get into a next relationship. Some red flags. There's some business moves that you can do. Anyone can do. And that is with the charts. That is with other programs I'm going to be talking about. I'm actually in testing mode right now. So I know what I talk about is going to be legit because I want to show you screenshots and receipts. That's just who I am. You guys know if I'm talking about it, it works. Or if I tried it, and I will at least basically tell you the disclosures behind it. So as the conservatives hockey gets viral, as my podcast gets 10, 20 million views, I'm telling you guys, this stuff's going to blow up. This stuff's going to blow up, man. They're already talking about it. Just in 1 month, I made national news on my beliefs. They made fun of me on Saturday Night Live, and now they're making fun of us on Reddit, and I'm just laughing ear to ear, baby. Laughing ear to ear, baby. Go get your conservatives hoodie and join the smiles with me. Because at the end of the day, I care about your soul. I care about your retirement. I care about your family. God has called me in this world to disrupt those demons on Wall Street and the ones attacking your family through financial matters as well. So here I am. If you would like to talk, give us a call, 813-448-3446. So I'm getting over COVID, and I have to say, this stuff has been amazing. Literally cleaning out my blood. You just spray it underneath your tongue 3-4 times, 3 times a day. It just takes all those nasty parasites that you probably grew up with out of your blood. You guys know that I was resdemivired. So I always been looking into like cleaning out the bloods. I don't know the long-term effects of it, but I know when the Holy Spirit manifests his healing power in your body, he doesn't half-ass it. He actually restores your body. And that's what he's done. So I get my kidneys checked every 6 months just to make sure. Clean bill of health. I'll show you my next blood report. Clean bill of health. I've walked away from diabetes. My skin has been completely olive and just younger. Like if you saw me before, I was a fat ass, man. I was a lug of jarred, man. And I'm still working on myself on my 6-pack. Got to get rid of the lower 4 there. Still working on that one, but it'll come. It will come. I have the formula now. And I don't want that to be you. Let's get in shape. Go to getmeleanusa.com. Get you a performance pack. Start there. You can cancel anytime. A few $100 starts you, and you won't regret it. So just get on it. There is an income opportunity attached to it. If you want to share it with friends and family, you can. But yeah, go to Get Me Lean USA. I love the company because they're America first. They're actually a Jesus Christ first, America second company, made here in America. No synthetics, no GLP-1s. Great animal and food-based peptides that will restore your mind, that will restore your body, that will literally build muscle, that will continue to make you flourish from a health standpoint. So go to getmeleanusa.com. A lot of you continue to order. I appreciate that. And I want to look at some charts here real quick. But let's get to the charts, right? So today, obviously I did this a day. If you watch the first part, this is actually 2 days later, because you guys know I'm extremely busy running a practice and taking kids to their schools, as well as a hockey schedule. Anyways, I I do it when I can, and sometimes I have to split it up between 2 days, a midweek show. But here we are. We are on the 14th, and I want to just kind of update you with charts because the charts really is where the rubber meets the road. And again, just so you know, I am not giving investment advice. This is simply education and information purposes only. But let's go right to the charts here. I have something that I'm really suspicious about. Oh, and by the way, before I get to the charts, if you haven't had a chance, go to Cortez tax bill and let's just see how much you're going to be paying taxes in your IRA and 401k. I'm going to be emphasizing about the IRAs and 401ks and solutions. I'm not the guy that's going to tell you the problem and not give you a solution. That is not me. I can't stand when people do that. All right. So if you're going to point the problem, if you're going to complain in church, if you're going to complain about your beer league team, if you're going to complain about your HOA, if you're going to complain about everything, then do something about it. Right. So if I'm complaining about something, I'm going to give you a solution. If I see something wrong, I'm going to try my best to give you a solution. This is why people hire me. This is why they hire my firm, is because we are a provider of solutions for the everyday patriot that fears God, that wants to make sure that their plan for retirement is going to be there when they call upon it, period. So here we are. Like the first thing, like if you go to the Bro Investors, site, what you're going to see with these knuckleheads is this is what they're talking about right now.
Before they make any determination on that. But if it's clear that inflation is not staying in the goods lane.
Did you guys see that? Look at that yield curve.
Concerning for the Fed.
The 5 years at 3.77, the 10 years at 4.2, and the 30 years at 4.81. So when they lower interest rates, this is going to be uninverted. Actually, it's not inverted right now. So the uninversion, you guys remember, I think it was 2 years ago when I said the yield curve was inverted. And so what happens is it's actually the unraveling where it normalizes right now, where the 5 year, the 10 year, and the 30 year are actually paying higher at a longer term. This basically tells the whole world, hey, we trust the 5 year. We also trust 10 year, but the 30 year is a lot more stable. And so when these yields go up, that means interest rates are coming down. And so we know that interest rates are going to come down. We see Trump trying to do everything he can to lower the interest rates down. Whether you believe there's a bigger agenda or not, the story of the matter is, the fact of the matter is that these interest rates are getting ready to come down. And we all know what we're positioned for. We're going to talk about that here shortly. But
they're going to need to see more reports, right, before they make any determination on that. But if it's clear that inflation is not staying in the goods lane and it's spilling over to services, which is what the Fed was concerned about before we saw inflation coming down, before this recent rout popping back up, then that's something to look for.
And Allie, of course, it's not just Fed funds futures. We can look across the spectrum, and we definitely saw stocks react negatively to this.
Yeah, stock futures falling across the board here. And it is interesting to see those Fed fund futures still hovering around that 95% when it comes to expectations for rate cuts in September, because normally that's correlated to what we see in the stock market. I'm looking at bond yields right now, too, and the 10-year yield is still low, hovering around 4.2%. So we're not seeing this massive recalibration of rate cut expectations, but we do have a wide range of dispersion when it comes to what Wall Street thinks is going to happen, when it comes to what actual FOMC officials think could happen. And that's because, as Jen was alluding to, the Fed is really caught between its two dual mandates. And even though we did have a better than feared CPI print, let's not forget that core services did firm up. And that's what I've been hearing from my sources, is the fact that we have services inflation that's now firmer. That can't offset any increases we see on the goods side due to tariffs. And like you were saying, Julie, we have heard from businesses throughout this earnings season that they're absorbing a lot of these costs. But from the early commentary on Wall Street, that's only going to last so long. And eventually that has to get passed on to the consumer price index. And to our actual wallets. So that's something to look out for in the fall and even into 2026, because that's what economists have been telling us. We're not going to see this tariff pass through right away. It's going to take a longer time. And I think markets got a little too excited after that CPI report the other day that maybe we won't see that impact fully materialize. I just think from this hotter PPI print, that might not be a reality.
So yeah, there you have it. Look, inflation's going up, but I want to see the charts. I wish I could show the charts while they're talking in split screen. Maybe I can do that. Yeah, I'll work on that. I'll work on my podcast skills there, on my technology there. However, let's go to those charts. That's what the bro investors are saying, which I actually agree. They said that inflation is probably going to keep on coming up, and they are right. They are right. So I do agree with that. We have inflation here. So this is actually the Fed funds rate. This is what she was referring to. And right now we're at, call it 447. We want to see that get dropped as low as 3.95 is what has recently been. But the Fed is possibly going to be lowering interest rates by the end of this year. They're also considering, they keep on saying that in September, October, November, December, and January 2026, that they are looking possibly to lower interest rates every single time. And it's probably going to be like 25 basis points lower. So here's a magic number. If mortgage rates fall under 6, you're going to see a massive home buyer frenzy. So right now we see a massive sell-off, but we're going to see a home buyer frenzy. And what's interesting is I was talking with some property managers, and the rents are actually coming down, like the cost of rents, because people are starting to buy homes because interest rates have been coming down shortly. As you see, they've been coming down just a hair. But when they do come down even more, look for real estate prices to come back up, because now the buyers can be a little more picky and they can increase their wants and their asking price. So we're going to see a massive shift in real estate from a seller's market back to a buyer's market when they lower the interest rates. So let's go ahead and start, before I get some other charts, let's look at the inflation rate. So right now it's at 3.5. They want it to 2.5. And so we see a death cross here. And the way they're going to lower this interest rates, the way they're going to lower the inflation in their eyes is going to lower interest rates so that prices could stay either stagnant or up. And what's interesting is the tariff income that we're getting is increasing inflation. But over time, what will happen is we will see more income coming in and lower taxes. Speaking of taxes, like here in Florida, the state and land tax, basically, like there is so much crap going on there with the reality of you have to rent your own land. And so the Constitution talks about the right to own property. It doesn't say, technically, you don't own your property if you're paying property taxes. You're leasing the land that your home is built on. So there's a lot of, I think there's over 35 cases right now, and it's probably going to go Supreme Court. The states are getting involved. DeSantis, obviously, is leading the charge in Florida. So there is a possibility that we might get rid of property taxes. That would be amazing. But let's see. I mean, it's not, something like that is not going to be instant, and it'll probably take 3 to 5 years to fight that in courts, and they'll probably go to Supreme Court, so even longer. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm actually kind of excited to see how that develops. But yes, the inflation rates, I want you guys to understand that when they say PPI and CPI, the CPI index does not include the consumer staple index. Basically, it does not include petroleum and food. And this is what you feel the most when you go buy some bacon and eggs and milk and bread, and you go to a grocery store. Your feelings get hurt bad. And maybe you don't get the healthier version, or maybe you buy the store brand, or maybe you just skip a meal. People are cutting corners any way they can possibly can. And that's because the grocers, the actual food and petroleum, and also in the gas pump as well, it's not in the CPI. So when they actually calculate Social Security, they don't even consider petroleum and food. Then they calculate the CPI. And this is why Social Security welfare program never keeps up with inflation. The cost of living adjustment, it never keeps up because they take those two sectors out when they determine the COLA adjustments for your Social Security payments. So everyone says, oh, yeah, Social Security is not going to be there. Well, it will be there. It's just not going to keep up with inflation. And it will be there because, as you guys know, your 401k and IRAs and your banks and all that, you don't even own in the first place. You don't even know how they're going to tax you. So that's why they're going to keep Social Security, because they're still in your retirement funds, because they never were yours in the first place. If you kept on buying into your 401k, getting your match, if you kept on investing in your SEP IRA, if you kept on investing in your 457, if you kept on investing in your qualified government written retirement plan, also known as a 401k, SEP IRA, simple IRA, every single IRA that's not a Roth, and they have the ability to change the laws on the Roth. And how they're going to do that, simply, in my opinion, is that they could say, yes, it's tax-free, your Roth, but it doesn't count. It does count towards the calculation of your Social Security. So pay up, Buttercup. You want to retire at 62? Okay, you know you can't make over $23,500 while on welfare called Social Security, and the money that you pulled out of your 401k and IRA is now considered ordinary income. Guess what, Schleprock? Pay me 50% penalty. That's the trap that we're going into right now. All you baby boomers that are 50s, 60s right now, dude, be careful. Because if you don't have a conversion plan, if you don't have a conversion plan of getting out of a taxable account into a tax-free bucket, you are going to get so screwed come Social Security time. You would have to wait at 67 plus for many of you, or full retirement age, which the government determines when full retirement age is, not you. So if you have qualified plans, the government qualified IRA plans, IRA 401ks, if you have those plans, the government dictates when you can retire. It's called saving in the wrong parking spot. I showed you a friend, Dwayne of mine, that was a pilot, that taught me this concept. This taught me this mindset, basically, like saying, hey, clients are just waiting in the wrong parking spot. And it's sad because all we have to do is move you from this parking spot to another. And the process could be easy. It could be financial chemotherapy. There's a difference between a tax reduction and a tax deduction. You want a tax reduction, permanent reduction. A tax deduction is, oh, I bought an iPhone for my business. I get to deduct that from my taxes. Deduction is temporarily. Reduction is forever. We want to get into a tax reduction because let me tell you, the wealthy, they actually don't even care about the performance of their portfolios. They actually care about no losses and the taxes. And that's what we can provide. We can provide a solution to help you convert this huge scam of a tax that everybody's paying. And when you take Social Security, you're getting scammed again. It's terrible. So go to CortezTaxBill.com, put in your information, put your values there. I'm not here to sell your information. I'm just there to be a solution. So just put your information out, and you can literally see, hey, if I keep this $500,000 IRA, I'm going to pay $2.1 million in taxes. How is that possible? Well, if you get a 5% rate of return on a tax-free side and in the stock market for the next 20, 30 years, you are going to pay up like majorly. So there's solutions that we want to talk about that could help you. You just got to give us a call, 813-448-3446. The other thing I just kind of wanted to update you guys on is the market in itself. It's starting to get, actually, let's go to the VIX real quick. Oh boy. So we got a sell signal, but it looks like it is coming back and bouncing back. So you see my green bars here. It's losing momentum. So we had a sell signal on August 11th. It's the 14th. So as the volatility starts to increase, this will increase. So volatility basically means that the stock market's going down. And so we still have bullish power. What that basically means, guys, is that bullish power is that this is going to go up. That means the stock market is going down. I told you guys to keep an eye on SQQQ. Still all-time low. But when do you buy an ETF? When do you buy a stock? You buy it at its all-time low when no one's talking about it. Well, no one's talking about shorting the NASDAQ because they all love NVIDIA and Amazon and Google. And eventually, it will just take over. We get that long term. But if you're trying to make a good trade, I would be looking at SQQQ. Again, it's not an investment advice here. This is for information, education purposes only. And I'm just talking about the markets. But you want to start looking at this. If you have a NASDAQ-based portfolio, if you have Bitcoin, if you have anything that has ran up 30, 40% in the past 2 years, why not take 5, 10, 15% and hedge yourself and take this and buy something that makes money when the market goes down? Like, lock in those profits and start hedging now. This is an all-time low because this will spike up. As soon as there's a fart, hiccup, or a bad report, this is going to spike up like crazy. This is the SQ. This is the NASDAQ. The SPXS is another one. It's 3 times the negative stock market. So when the market crashes, you make 3 times the amount. Look at this puppy. It's at 418 right now. No one is talking about this. No one is talking about this. This is wild. So it's been going down as the stock market goes up. But when the market goes down, this bad boy just boop, pops up. Pretty amazing. Here's SPXS. Not the time to buy right now, but definitely time to start looking at it. Again, this involves investment risk. Now, what I do not like about it, it's a good thing and bad thing, is that this is 3 times leverage. If you put $100 in here, and this stock or the stock market, the S&P 500 goes up 3%, you'd lost 9%. If it goes up 10%, you've lost 30%. However, if the stock market goes down 10%, you've made 30% minus the operational fees that they charge. Typically, it's about 1.5% on these leverage ETFs. So be very cautious about this because it is volatile. When the markets and the volatility do respond, this bad boy starts cooking. And right now, it's at $4.62. It basically dropped to $4.18. So be very careful with these leverage ETFs. I don't recommend them as a retirement plan. You will lose money eventually in these accounts. You just have to learn to trade them. The shorts are not a good investment to build wealth in. It's just a capital play. It's just quick money play, a hedge, something to make money off of a volatile market if you're into that. Long term, I like holding TQQQ. Long term, like you could put $100, $500, $5,000, $20,000 in the future. I'm actually going to start showing you how much I save into this. I'll probably start with like $10,000 a month, something that I can afford, and start showing you that account over the few years. I'm thinking about doing it. And showing you how you can make $1 million within 5 years just saving and using these leverage ETFs. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be rolling that out soon. I don't know the logistics. I got to check the laws and all this stuff. Like because I'm securities licensed, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm recommending to the public, oh, invest in this stock. I cannot say that. That's why I have to speak in disclosures. But I want to show you guys that how you can build wealth and actually show you that I practice what I preach. So I think you guys would like that. And this is pretty interesting. So a long-term play in the NASDAQ, as we see so much emphasis on AI, you kind of want to capture that. Now, what's interesting, guys, is I don't know if anyone has heard, but I've been talking about this for the past few years now, the QQQ index. We now have the ability to make 120% of this index with no fees, no bonus. If you need a bonus, I could get a 15% bonus depending on your state and how much you're putting in, with no fees and no risk. And we get 85% of this NASDAQ. The NASDAQ has yielded over 16% over the past 45 years. Recently, it's yielded over 19% in the past 5 years. And more from 2016 to 2020, it's done over 100%. And most of the people that I speak to don't even know the standard deviation. They don't know the actual mutual funds that they're in. Chances are you're already in the NASDAQ with no seatbelt. You're literally driving 100 miles an hour on the left lane. Don't even know your risk score. Don't even know the standard deviation. Don't even know the tactical downside management, the stress test of it. We literally can get you the same type of returns in a non-fee account that is insured, that you literally have the benefit of locking in all these gains. Money could double within 4 to 6 years. Of course, I can't guarantee it because past performance is not indicative of future results. But daggone, man, like look at the charts. If you're not getting the NASDAQ returns, then make a change. It's that simple. So all you got to do is give us a call, 813-448-3446. Get involved. Get your money right. Let's grow it together. Have a great, great retirement. Let me build it for you. I'm passionate about this stuff because I'm good at it. I've been doing this for 20 years now. And I love to trade. Most advisors don't even trade the markets. They only peddle and push products, and they get paid their fees and their commissions. I'm not against that. I have a commission-based structure, and I have a fee-based structure. I charge $895 to onboard a client. It's not that hard. I'm very transparent. However, I want the best for you. I want us to be a good fit for you as you to us. So give us a call. We can't work with everybody, but we want to work with God-fearing patriots that need coaching, that actual need retirement advice. So give us a call, 813-448-3446, or visit us at CortezWM.com. Let's get you the NASDAQ returns without risk. It's that simple. And we are standing by. You can call us anytime from 9 to 5 on the East Coast. I'm in Tampa, Florida, Oldsmar area, and we want to help you. So give us a call. And by the way, don't forget to like and subscribe our Rumble channel. And we are doing amazing things. And if you're trying to lose weight, also Get Me Lean USA has been great. GetMeLeanUSA.com. You can go there, take some great natural peptides. They're animal-based and peptide-based. They're America first company, a God first company here in America. Safe, effective products. Also, if you are looking to get your mind and your health and body right, go to GetMeLeanUSA.com. It's subscription-based, so you can cancel anytime if you don't like their products. Go over there, GetMeLeanUSA.com. And if you're trying to fix your blood, you're trying to cleanse out your blood, go to FixTheBloodUSA.com. Get you a few sprays. They're amazing. It helped me get rid of the nasty COVID. And just, I don't know if you guys saw me the other day, but I got shot with the puck, and it didn't even hurt. My skin had red bruises. It was literally gone within like 2 days. Typically a puck shot to any part of my body takes about a week and a half to go heal. And it goes yellow and then purple and then blue, and then it dries up and it eventually goes away. This one never turned purple. It just went away like in 2 days. This stuff is amazing. So get you some. Clean out that blood, all that microplastics we're consuming, the fake corn that we're eating, the fake veggies, all that is coming down the pipe. So you got to start now cleaning out that blood. Anyways, I'm out of here. Go to CortezWM.com to book your appointment now. God bless. Bye-bye.